Welcome to Queensville with AI. I am Shay Jackson. In this ChatGPT prompting series, you will go from beginner to crafting prompts with amazing results. We are continuing with our Improving Your Resume. This is part two. In this video, you will learn how to take a look at a job position and ask ChatGPT to analyze it to see if you have the knowledge and skills that they are looking for that role. Then, what we're going to do is ask ChatGPT about multiple roles to see how looking at our experience and also what the jobs are looking for improve our resume. And lastly, we will take a look at a job that we absolutely would like to have but need to know what knowledge and skills we are currently missing and how we can gain them in the shortest amount of time. Let's get started. I am in ChatGPT, specifically in the chat that I started in my golden ChatGPT prompt formula video. I will link it up top. Then we continued with this chat in the Improve Your Resume with ChatGPT Part 1. Now, for this resume, for this video, again, as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to take a look at some jobs and see if our resume matches up, if there's anything we need to update, revise in our resume, and also if we see a job that we are like, wow, that's something that we would like, a job we would like to apply to, figuring out if we have the knowledge and skills, and if not, how can we gain them? I'm going to go to Indeed and I've already typed in remote customer service, Cleveland, Ohio. And just as a recap, our fictitious lady name is Jane. She's over 35. She has 10 plus years of experience in customer service. And in 2008 to, I mean, 2018 to 2022, she took off to raise her kids. Okay. Now she's ready to jump back in and is looking for a remote position. So I'm on Indeed, and on this one for our first prompt, all we're going to do is take a look at one job. We're going to look through, see what the ideal job is, just as an example, and we're going to use it to match our Ask ChatGPT to like do an audit of our resume to see if there's anything missing on our resume that we should include. Okay. So let's scroll down. And just to mention, this is still multi-step prompting, as I mentioned, and I will link that video up top to the part one of Improve Your Resume with ChatGPT. I explained multi-step prompting. All right, let's look. And we're looking for on this first page, like the highest dollar position. And it looks like the one, well, it has senior enrollment coordinator. But let's scroll up to the one that has $21 an hour. Oh, one thing that I did want to mention before we continue here, even though I put remote customer service in my search box, Indeed allows you to choose either remote or hybrid work. And just choosing on what your situation is, if you're trying to go 100% remote, or if you're okay with spending 2 or 3 days in the office, it allows you to choose that as well. So let's say that we're okay. The kids are going back to school and we're okay with working a few days, a couple of days really. And let's look for a job where we only have to go into the office a couple of days. This one says a financial service professional. Oh, let's look at this one. For this customer service representative position, the salary is 50,000 a year. So let's click on that one. And I don't really have to read through all of it. All I'm going to do is copy and paste the full job description, and I'm going to dump it into ChatGPT to see if my currently the resume that I have now, if the skills and knowledge is asking for, if I my skills and knowledge align to it. Okay, I'm going to say as a career coach, we're just reminding it, it's just a career coach. As a career coach with 15 plus years experience, compare my resume to the below job description and advise if my knowledge and skills match what is required. At least 80%. So, one of the things that I do want to say, and there's studies on it, as women, we can undervalue ourselves. There was this study, and I think it was saying with men, when there's a job description, if it's 20%, if they have 20% of knowledge and skills, men will apply for it. But with women, on the other hand, we believe we have to have 95 to 100%. It was a very high percentage, at least over 90%. So we're asking if we at least have 80%, again, men 20%. Don't undervalue yourself. So we're going to see if we match at least 80% of what is required. Okay. So I'm going to shift. I'm pressing the shift and the enter just so that I can space down a little bit so that I can paste in the job description we got from Indeed. Okay. So here is the job description, and here is our prompt up here. Now let's see what ChatGPT says. Mm, okay. Based on your current resume and the job description, I would say your skills and experience align with about 85 to 90% of the requirements, even though you don't have direct industry experience yet. Here's my breakdown where you are a strong match. So, if you were looking at jobs as opposed to just believing, oh, maybe I don't have the skills requirements, um, or maybe I'm deficient in areas, pop that job description in ChatGPT and your resume and allow it to audit your resume just to see how you qualified. And I've given you the prompt, and I'll have all of the prompts that I use in this video in the description box. Put your resume in there and the job description to see, and it's aligning it. It's telling you all of the things that you match strongly with this job. Partial matches, which is great, but skills you can position as transferable. It says insurance specific tasks because that is one of the things that I did notice. It said licenses, licensing. You don't currently hold a property and casualty license. The JD says, the job description says preferred or willingness to obtain. So noting your willingness will close this gap. You don't have to have it now. You just have to be willing to get it. Okay. Agency management systems, you haven't used Applied Epic, but your history with multiple CRMs show strong adaptability. So just because you didn't use that specific application that it has in that job description, it doesn't matter because you've already used the uh, other customer service applications, then it'll be easy for you to learn. It's just some tweaking, some things that may be different, but the framework is more than likely the same because it's customer service. Okay. It's telling you the minor gaps, and it's only two. So I just want to show you because I know there are women out there that their jobs and you will pass up on applying for it because either your resume doesn't show it or you'll read it and don't believe you have the knowledge and skills. Here is a great way to use ChatGPT to give you the confidence you need to apply for that position. Look at all of the ways that we match strongly, partial matches, but we've already seen how we can take care of that in only two minor gaps. Okay. Recommendation to hit 90% match in your resume. So it's showing you what you could add to your resume to make it more marketable and also attract recruiters so that they could give you a call. If you'd like, I can rewrite your functional resume so it mirrors this job posting, using their language to increase ATS match rates and recruiter recognition. That would likely push your match to 90 to 95% for this role. Do you want me to do that targeted rewrite next? Of course. So this is another way you can use ChatGPT. If you not only one, you took the step to see, do my knowledge, skills, and experience kind of match a job that I'm interested in? If ChatGPT says yes, you match 85 to 90%, great. Well, now it's saying, let's take it a step further. Let's rewrite your resume so that it can mirror that job posting. And who knows, and I'm sure you've heard it before, that you should have multiple resumes so that it matches that specific job. It'll do it right quick. All I have to do is type in yes, please rewrite, and you'll have the resume easy. You don't have to think about it. All you have to do is type. That is why we like, I haven't made a name for it, came up with a name for my AI assistant yet. But do you see the power and also how quick ChatGPT is able to streamline things that could have taken you probably an hour or two? Or if you didn't feel like rewriting another resume, all you have to do is type yes, recreate, and that's it. Okay. And here is our updated resume. Easy peasy. And you see here are the CRM platforms that we show that we've have experience in, and we've added quick learner for new systems. Hopefully you're won over. Okay? This is amazing. Now, oh, and it's showing here are the rewrites, employers keywords, policy administration, document issuance, confidentiality, quote assistance to help with ATS screening. I guess that's application tracker system. I don't know what ATS stand for. Please excuse me. Okay, so now we've done that. The next thing that we're going to do, and all it's asking is, do you want to put it into an ATS friendly word format? And you would say yes. Okay. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take it one step further for our the next step in our multi step prompting, we are going to copy and paste about 3 jobs, and we're going to ask ChatGPT to improve our resume, update it so that it matches these jobs to make us more marketable to a job recruiter. Okay, so let's go back, and we have that one. So let's choose 2 more. Okay, the customer service rep, it doesn't give the salary. It's hybrid, full time, and all we're going to do is we're going to paste it in. So here is the job description. One of the things that I do want to mention as I'm doing this, I know we put in the resume, but if you notice, and I'll go back to it. Let me see. Oh, those are the benefits. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this. And all I'm going to do again, I'm going to space down a little bit. In order to do that, I'm going to hit my shift key and return a couple of times just so that we can put the 3 job descriptions. Okay, so here's one. But I want to go up because one of the things that, if you never saw a video, or if I didn't mention, I'm in cybersecurity, love AI, but also just educating, empowering, and equipping women over 35 to embrace AI tools because AI is already here. Okay, it's been here. But I want to scroll up a little bit and take a look at our resume. Again, ChatGPT is a large language model. One of the ways that you can make sure that you keep privacy in mind whenever you are uploading a resume, because I did upload a resume, is not to put your real address. And I would suggest you really don't have to now in today's time put your full address. Just put the city, state, and the zip code if you would like, your phone number, etc. Okay? So I'm going to shift return again because I want to put the next job. So let's take a look and see the next job we want to go to. Financial services. We'll see. Financial services professional. Let's take a look. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, they're looking for insurance sale agents and financial representatives. So we're not going to choose that one because we are looking specifically for customer service positions. So let's keep it moving. Okay, supervisor, case management call center. We're going to click on this one. You have over 10 years experience, and yes, you did, Jane did take off a few years in order to raise her family. What good thing she did was while she was out, she did get professional development to continue adding on to her knowledge and skills in customer service. Okay, it's saying working our office Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you would be in the office 3 days. Okay, so here, the case management call center supervisor. This is what we want. I'm just going to copy and paste it. And you see it says pay starts at 49,000. So that's good. Okay. We're going to copy and paste it in there. And we're going to choose one more position. And the reason that I'm doing this is I read an article before, and one of the things that it said, we're going to choose this one, the sleep contact center lead. One of the things that the article mentioned is that most people create their resume not even looking to see what the requirements are for roles. They'll create a resume and they'll send it out and wonder why people aren't calling them back, not even thinking about looking at the roles, the positions to see what the requirements are, and then crafting their resume based on that. Okay. So that is why we're doing this, because we want to we want to update our resume so that it has what recruiters are looking for, or what the ATS system scan is looking for, so that at least we won't be in the throw in the trash pile. We'll at least have a chance to peak the job recruiters interest, to give us a call and get and set up an interview. And then from there, we will put our best foot forward as we interview, which it will be prepping for an interview will be one of our future videos using ChatGPT. Okay, this is our last one. So I pasted that in there. Now I'm going to go back up to the top. Okay, I want to say um, review the jobs listed below and revise my resume to meet the requirements that are listed. But we also want to um, let me know if there are any gaps in my resume. Okay. So we wanted to update our resume based on the information below, not just with one resume. So having a customer service focused resume, just improving it using a list of customer service roles. Okay. But then after that, we want to know, are there any gaps in our resume so that we can make the adjustments as necessary? So let's see what results we'll get. Okay, so what it's doing here overall is doing overall analysis and showing you for each of the roles, how did you match up for the customer service support role, for the call center supervisor role. And see, look, 90 to 90%, 90 to 95%, you meet the requirements. 75 to 80%, Jane meets the requirements. 80 to 85%. Okay. And it's showing you also the things where you meet it, but also the gaps as well. Like, for instance, no direct mention of online research or greeting visitors, but both can be covered by your previous cross functional and client facing duties. Okay, here's another gap: hybrid in office requirement, not a skills gap, but a logistical consideration. So we can deal with that. If it's close to our house and we already have said we are okay with going in a few days a week, that's fine in your resume. So now we're moving to the supervisor role. No formal leadership title or 2+ years supervising in healthcare HME, though you can leverage your mentoring, training, and team collaboration experience. So this is great. And again, if you haven't used ChatGPT to improve your resume, here are just a few ways that you can. Okay, and for the lead role as well. So let's see what it says. Main gaps across all roles: leadership, KPI, reporting, industry specific terms, real time coaching and mentoring, software keywords. Here's how I'd revise your functional resume to match all three positions more closely. So, again, yes, there are some gaps. That's fine. And you read through the gaps to see if it's something that, okay, I need to get more knowledge and skills, gain more knowledge and hands on skills. Or is it something that I have? I just need to reword it differently based on the experience that I have. Okay. And it gives the update and made the adjustments. Okay. And I'm not going to read all over it because it is wordy. Now, if we tailor your resume exactly like this with industry specific keywords, you'll be a 95% match. This is great. 85% match, 95% match for the three jobs. Okay. If you want, I can now create three targeted re- resume versions, one for each job. Okay. So if you don't want to have a generalized resume that shows specific customer service related keywords and all of that, ChatGPT is willing to give you to create a resume, one for each job, so that it can align with what is being asked for. Again, and slightly different summaries for each ATS scan. Awesome. Just showing you what it can do. Okay. Now, the last thing that we want to do for our multi step prompting is, and let's take a look. Let's take a look at our gaps and let's see if there's any kind of, because we've already shown we're open to professional development. Let's take a look and see if there's anything possibly that we can quickly, and I'm saying quickly, in as short as amount of time as possible, learn a new skill to improve our marketability for a customer service role. Okay, so no formal leadership title or 2+ years supervising. And the reason that I skipped those is because they were minor. It's okay. Nothing that we could learn or improve in on this one. Okay. On this one, no formal leadership title or 2+ years supervising in healthcare, though you can leverage your mentoring, training, and team collaboration experience. Now, one thing that I believe, one area, especially if you have 10+ years experience, you're a mom who have raised kids, you know how to manage people. Okay. So I'm listen, my testimony. So one of the things that I believe an area where you can improve yourself, because with 10 years, over 10 years experience in customer service, you can be a lead, you can be a supervisor, and be on that track to be a manager. What we're going to do is we're going to ask ChatGPT, how are there any can ChatGPT suggest any any type of learning where we can get professional development to be a leader. Okay. And that's the one for the, and I'm going to paste this in for the gap, the no formal leadership title or 2+ years supervising in healthcare. Okay. Even though we haven't worked in healthcare, no matter the industry, if you're a leader, you're a leader. If you know how to mentor and train people, that's cross industries. Okay. Suggest um, Suggest how I can take professional development, suggest how or what professional development courses I can take to become a certified leader within, and let's say within, I'm thinking, within 2 to 4 weeks, I have only 10 hours a week to focus on learning. Okay, so let's take a look at our prompt. So we just copied and pasted the gap that was right here, because in looking through the gaps, that's one thing, again, especially with Jane having over 10 years experience, one way she can improve so that she can get more money, she have kids, in order for her to get more, position herself to have a higher salary, becoming a leader, whether it's a lead, a supervisor to start off with, on the track to become a manager, getting some type of professional development to be certified as a leader, whatever that looks like, that would be, I believe, the next best step. Okay. So let's take a look. And we want to get a certification within 2 to 4 weeks, and we only have 10 hours a week to focus on learning. All right, great. Short term leadership certifications, supervisory skill certificate, the American Management Association or local community colleges have certifications for you being a supervisor. Ed to Go Leadership and Influence Certificate. Ed to Go offered through many community colleges, 6 weeks nominally, but can be completed in 2 to 4 weeks at your own pace. Here's another way, and it also shows the cost. Now, this is really costly. Is $1,295, but community colleges, it would be 200 to 400 for certifications, and you would have to definitely ask your community college. I'm not sure if you could apply financial aid because it's a certification. You're not trying to get a degree, but I'm not sure. Again, double check with a community college that's close to you. Certified team leader, Management and Strategy Institute, the cost is $199. That one's good. Call center supervisory training, the cost is $1,695. Costly. So we need something that's affordable. Now, one thing that I'm surprised it didn't say is Google has a project management certificate where you can go at your own pace to be a project manager, and it's not as costly. I am looking for low cost options. And so again, I thought about Google has a project management certificate. So I'm going to ask about that, including Google's project management certificate. Okay. Okay. Got it. If we're aiming for low cost, and you see how, and this is multi-step prompting, you give it, you ask ChatGPT something, and listen, we don't have time for that. Okay, we were actually using the free plan, the GPT-5, which is fine. We can go back to the GPT-4. You can still get amazing results. But going back to what I said, when we initially started, we were asking, can you give some opportunities, list opportunities where I can get a quick leadership certificate so that I can add that into my tool belt and put on my resume to become more marketable. And it gave us some of them were over 1,000. We don't have that. Okay. Now we're asking again, refining what we would like. If you don't get the results you want, take time and think about, okay, how would I want, what type of results am I looking for? Okay. So for here, low cost, short term leadership and management certificates. Here, Google Project Management Certificate, like I mentioned, it is through Coursera. It says it's suggested 6 months, it's self paced, but you can finish it in 4 weeks. And if you look on YouTube, there are plenty of people who talk about it. You can take it fast. It doesn't necessarily have to take the 6 months that's stated on the training. Okay. Cost $49 a month via Coursera. The first 7 days are free. And here it's saying you could put on your resume Google Project Management Professional Certificate, Coursera 2025. That would be in our professional development part. Here, LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn have some great learnings as well where you're able to get certificates, and it gives examples. The duration 12 to 15 hours. Here, leading productive meetings, coaching skills for leaders, performance management, very practical for call center or team lead positions. The cost $39.99 a month. First month often free. Here is how you could list it on your resume, and also the team leadership certificate that we had up top as well. And this is it. Listen, part two of improving your resume using ChatGPT. In this video, what we did was we took our existing resume, took a look at a job that we were interested in, asked ChatGPT to analyze it to see if we met some of the qualifications, and surprise, surprise, we met at least 90 to 95. We were a 90 to 95% match. Then for our next prompt, what we did was we found three other jobs, and we asked ChatGPT to create a resume based on that information and also show us our gaps. What it did was list the checks of, yes, these are the things that you match in. 99, 90 to 95% on some, 80 to 85% on one as well, but also listing those gaps. And then looking at the gaps that we have, we believe that our next best step would be to get a leadership certificate. We've been in the customer service for 10 years. Our next step is to either be a lead or a supervisor. Welcome again, or thank you, not welcome. Thank you for joining Queen's Bill with AI. I am Shay Jackson. Talk to you later.